Mr. President, the original bill narrowly passed the Senate here in February 2019. Many of the concerns expressed by the members were assuaged with the suggestion that it would be 3 years before it would be implemented. We were told on this floor that we'll work it out. The regulations, the details, we know that's an issue. It'll be worked out. Thus granting the additional time to work on many of the area concerns that you're going to hear today and that we heard back in February. Mr. President, this 283-page substitute has 50,676 changes to this bill. I'll say it again so it can sit in. 50,676 changes to the bill we passed in February. Is there one member in this chamber who can say they read every single one of those changes and understand them? This may be one of the most complicated pieces of legislation we passed here, taking 2 full pages to list the code sections of Virginia being added, deleted, or amended. Mr. President, I not only think that we've not spent the time thinking about the ramifications of this, we're saying come July 1st that it's legal to smoke marijuana. When our police officers aren't going to have the training in time because we're not funding it till 1 July to test if somebody's driving while under the influence of marijuana and whether they're over the limit or not. Heck, we've not even established what that limit is. Mr. President, in a study in Colorado, percentage of marijuana users who admit to driving high within the last year, 70%. 70% of those users who smoke marijuana in Colorado drive while high. Self-admitted. Mr. President, it costs us between $40,000 and $60,000 to train a canine dog to detect marijuana and other drugs. Mr. President, do you think we can untrain one of those dogs to smell other drugs but not marijuana? You can't. So now we have to retrain and retire every canine dog out there that sniffs for drugs. Mr. President, I think this is another time where we're putting political expediency, we're putting political agenda over what's right for the safety and security of our citizens. Mr. President, the only way to tell if somebody's driving while impaired with marijuana is a blood test. These are expensive, time-consuming, and more invasive than just taking a quick breath test. You have to do a blood test. And Mr. President, imagine how many attorneys in here are going to discredit the individual who's taken the blood, stored the blood, transferred the blood, chain of custody like you wouldn't believe on these blood tests, and then argue what's going on. Mr. President, I think that this is one of the social experiments that we're doing here in this body that's going to backfire on us. And not only is this a bill that nobody's read in this chamber 100%, and I guarantee it, but it's one that we're going to jam back through 21 to 19, 20 to 19, whatever the number, and we're going to later regret what we've done. We're putting the safety and security of everybody on the roads in jeopardy. We're putting the safety and security of every one of our citizens, every one of our officers in jeopardy. Mr. President, I have more visitors come to our family-friendly resort city than anywhere else in the Commonwealth. And I can tell you, July 1st, if this bill passes, we're no longer a family-friendly resort. That goes away. 16 million visitors a year. We're no longer going to be family-friendly. Mr. President, I would hope that we would take the time to read, understand, dissect, and digest this bill, and not do it in the manner that we have so far. And keep in mind, we've completely rewritten 283 pages. with 50,676 changes to the bill that passed this body just a couple of months ago. With that, Mr. President, I hope we vote no on this bill. Thank you.
Thank the senator. For what purpose does the senator from Arlington, Senator Favola, rise?
I'm speaking in favor of the governor's recommendation.